Prince William's wife Kate has gone into the early stages of labour. The confirmation came from Kensington Palace 4 hours ago. Royal vehicles had been seen at the back of St Mary's Hospital here in London at about 6 this morning. The Duchess arrived with her husband. This is the scene now at the hospital in Paddington in central London. For weeks, Kate's every move has been under close scrutiny, but it was never confirmed when the baby would be due, at least officially. Prince William has taken leave of absence. He's on annual leave now as an RAF search and rescue pilot, and he'll then get paternity leave from the British Armed Forces. This report now from our royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell.
This was the last time she was seen in public, more than a month ago now, at the Queen's birthday parade trooping the colour. After that, for the final weeks of her pregnancy, Kate disappeared from view. She spent quite a bit of time at the Middleton family home in Berkshire. She's been there with her mother and father in recent days. William has also been with her, though last weekend, showing little sign of being an expectant father-to-be, he went off to play polo, competing in a competition in Gloucestershire with his brother Harry. Now that Kate has finally been admitted to hospital, responsibility for the safe delivery of the baby rests in the hands of the royal gynecologists, Marcus Setchell on the right here, and Alan Farthing, who've kept in close touch with the pregnancy right from its slightly anxious early days, when Kate had to be hospitalised suffering from acute pregnancy sickness. Since then, by all accounts, she's coped without any further difficulties, carrying on with a limited programme of public engagements throughout the spring and early summer. Now, though, Kate's priorities are about to change, as she gives birth to a child which will be the Queen's third great-grandchild, and which, whether it be a boy or a girl, will become third in line to the British throne. A rare moment indeed, when the world's best-known hereditary monarchy can look forward to having 4 generations alongside each other. Nicholas Witchell, BBC News, at St Mary's Hospital.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm Carol Costello, a dull, drab building in London, now one of the most watched tourist attractions in the world, inside Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, and the baby that could someday sit on the British throne. Overnight, we learned the former Kate Middleton had gone into labor, and now the world waits for news of the royal birth. I love that we played that music. CNN royal correspondent Max Foster is at St Mary's Hospital in London, and at Buckingham Palace we have Aaron McLaughlin and CNN royal commentator Katie Nicholl. Max, let's begin with you. Any word?
Well, no, but she has been in labour now for about 9 hours at least. So, you know, we're into the process pretty much. We're told that labour is progressing normally, so that's good news. There's a huge crowd that's really gathering here. Still not as big as the media crowd, I have to say, but it is building. I'm sure they'll overtake us at some point. Huge level of interest. I mean, networks from the whole world have really converged on this point. Photographers dangling off their ladders as well. So we'd really just wait for that moment when someone, a palace official, comes out onto the doorstep with a notice. That's going to be the first indication that the baby's been born. Then that notice heads towards Buckingham Palace.
9 hours. I'm just getting over 9 hours she's been in labor. That's like torture.
Yeah, that's pretty painful. And, you know, we're all sort of talking about how excited we are about this baby. Have to keep in mind, obviously, it's all about those two. They've got some, I do know that there are some palace officials in there with them with lots of equipment. I don't know what they're doing, building up some sort of office in there. But fundamentally, in the room, you've only got Kate and William in terms of family and this very large medical team. They've got their 2 royal obstetricians and then a big medical team from the hospital, a teaching hospital with some of the top consultants in London and all the midwives as well. So they could not be in better hands, Carol.
All right, Max, we're going to get back to you if anything happens. Let's go to Buckingham Palace now and Aaron McLaughlin. So who's inside Buckingham Palace waiting anxiously by the phone?
That would be the Queen, Carol. A small crowd right now outside of Buckingham Palace. We expect it to grow. Once the baby has been born, the Queen has been notified. The process in which the world finds out about this baby is full of history and tradition.
The notice will be driven by a police escort from the Lindo wing of St Mary's Hospital to Buckingham Palace.
and will be brought inside Buckingham Palace before being displayed on an easel near the gates of the palace forecourt. The very same easel that was used to announce the birth of Prince William. And then 2 simultaneous but separate gun salutes. 41-round salute in Green Park, fired by the King's troop, and a 62-round salute at the Tower of London, signaling to the country and the world that the future monarch has finally arrived. People I've spoken to here outside the palace wishing Kate a very healthy and safe delivery. Even the Prime Minister, David Cameron, sending his best on this very historic day here in the UK, Carol.
Erin, thanks so much. Again, stay where you are, because we'll get back to you in case, the royal baby comes along in these hours. Thanks so much. Stay with St. Anne for all the latest on the royal birth. Our crews are in place, ready to bring you all the details as we get them. But for now, let's turn to some other stories making